Hello everyone! Today I wanted to make a quick video of classic books I would recommend for people who are beginners to classics. I tried to pick ones that are not commonly recommended since I myself have watched quite a few of these videos. So let's just get right into it. Number 5. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I don't normally like reading synopses for books before I read them, so I will try not to give away too much. It's very interesting. It's like 1984, but if it was good. I'm not personally a fan of 1984. I think this is a much better classic that also has that same feeling of a dystopian. I do have to say for this book, get the chapter 2 at least to see whether or not you like it, because chapter 1 is daunting. Number 4 is Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut Jr. It is about war, which might sound pretty boring, but I promise that it is quite funny and different. It has aliens in it. It's a book that is nice and short, and that is just a fun read when you have some time. Number 3 is The Death of Ivan Ilyich by Leo Tolstoy. I'm a huge Russian literature fan. I mostly read Dostoevsky. This is the only Leo Tolstoy book I've read so far, but it is a 5 out of 5 amazing book. It's very short, unlike most of his books, and just brings you through this man's death. And it's depressing, but in a good way. I really like depressing books. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Number 2 is I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. First I want to say, please disregard my movie cover for this book. I don't like it myself. This is not like the movie. If you've seen the movie, it's not at all similar. The movie has like these weird zombie creatures in it, but this whole book is about vampires. This book is quite old, and it is a perfect introduction to classics because nothing happens, at least not until the end. That might sound very boring, but it is not. It's very interesting to see how he just lives his life. At least I loved it. I couldn't put it down. It is a very well done book. Number 1 is The Stranger by Albert Camus. I was very interested in reading more existentialist books, and I picked this up thinking that it might be pretty difficult, but it was not at all. It was super easy to read, very short and very pleasant. It just kind of brings you through this period of this guy's life, and it is interesting, but he's just so nonchalant. It's kind of inspiring. This book does have a deeper meaning, but if you just read it on the surface level, it still works just fine. It's still an interesting story, and later on you can look more into it and reread it, because it is such an easy, quick read. That was my 5 books I would recommend to beginners to classics. I personally love all these books. My taste is quite different than some people's, so I'm not saying for sure that you will love them, but I do think that they are a worthwhile read that will help you kind of just ease into reading classics.